All right, welcome back to Notes from the Sanctuary. I'm Véronique.
And I'm Paola.
And we're learning to live a better, gentler life and want you to come along for the ride.
So this month, for February, we're stepping into a new chapter. So we really want to focus on mindfulness, the embodiment of the nervous system, and the nervous system care and how that all works. So today we're beginning with something beautifully simple and something that I really love. So we're going to work on meditation for everyday life. So kind of meditation that meets where you are now.
I love this chapter because everywhere I go, I hear how good meditation is for you. And I really want to fit it into my life. And, you know, I try little bits and pieces, but I think like this is going to help me really integrate it.
Yep. Definitely. And meditation can look different for everyone. And there's different ways to doing it. So I'm hoping that this conversation will help, you know, everyone listening and who joins us. So that'll be awesome. So I just want to make sure that we understand that meditation can be different for everyone. And it's not just one thing, right? It's not just like, okay, I did it next. No, like it's not just a checkmark activity. It's not something to be productive. It's something for you to just meet where you're at. And there's different ways that it can look. And it's easier the more you think about what it actually does for yourself. So not putting a lot of pressure into it. So let's kind of do a little brainstorm.
Okay.
So what do you think could be considered intentional meditation practices?
Well, I guess the easiest one would be guided meditation. Like, you know, you listen to an audio or video, or, you know, I've even seen it on, you know, like these VR sets.
Oh, yeah.
They have like meditation, like apps on there, and it's just like really like, just like a star field or whatever. And you just like, so I guess like that's definitely guided. So,
yeah, that is guided. And especially if you're starting out, if you don't know, A, what works for you, or B, what meditation is, then the guided is definitely helpful.
Or if your brain tends to wander off.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Another one is breathwork. We've talked about it a lot in previous episodes, and I feel, at least for myself, breathwork helps to ground me, because I also tend to my mind just tends to flutter. I start thinking about so many things, and it kind of helps to put me back and shift back into place. So yeah.
Another one I've heard, actually, I've got some friends that do sound meditation.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, yes.
And I think like, I'm not 100% sure. I think they maybe use like these yoga bowls.
Yeah.
Like, nice sound.
So they make, I actually have one at home and it's so nice. And you can have different, sizes and different tones, because each bowl makes different sounds, whether you click it or you ring around the edge. And, it helps because the vibration of the sound and the tone helps relax you, because it hits a certain something. Like there's something, science. There's something, and I will say I've actually done a guided meditation session where the person who was guiding it, they used many different types of sounds and music and instruments. And at first, when I saw the amount of instruments on the blanket, I was kind of overwhelmed, because I was like, oh my God, am I coming to listen to an orchestra? Like, what's happening here? But actually, because it was really well done, it was almost like produced, kind of. I felt it worked. And kind of brought the whole experience together. So
that sounds really like rich. Like,
it was. And I can say I did it, and if I ever have a chance again, I would definitely do it. But I feel like it has to be with someone who actually knows what they're doing. Otherwise, it could completely
it'd be like chaos.
Put you off completely, because I'm like, what the heck is this, right? I'm not here at a rock concert. I'm trying to relax. Another good one is doing a body scan. So we've kind of incorporated it before in some of our little mini meditation or breath work. And I find that really helps because you don't notice, right? Sometimes I'm just living my life and I'm like, oh, like I'm going to check in with my knees or like.
And that's like when you're like doing these like audio things and they say you feel this being heavy, that would be, that's body scan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You may feel like your arms are heavy.
Yeah.
Or sometimes if I'm feeling anxious or nervous or these weird feelings, I feel it in my hands. So for me, doing the body scan really helps me also realize when these feelings come, and then I can shift and do like almost like a little mini meditation to switch my perspective. But it's doing the body scan first to know, oh, like I'm feeling a type of way right now. Mm-hmm. Like it's odd, right?
That's cool.
Yeah. But you can also do them unintentionally. So washing dishes.
Yes. I think unintentionally, like, listening to the birds.
Yes.
Or, it was a funny one. We got a new washer and dryer.
Oh.
And it's the ones, you know, that have the windows on it. And so my son had this moment where he, put his laundry in and he says he got hypnotized. But that was technically a form of meditation, right? Just watching the clothes go like, it was like, oh my God, I just lost like 10 minutes of my day.
But he probably felt great after, right?
Yeah,
because
disconnect.
Yeah, disconnect. Yeah. And we have so many thoughts in our minds sometimes that just, and it could be useless. Like, oh, that's purple. Oh, I like the color purple. And then you think about the color purple for the next 5 minutes. And I'm like, instead of thinking about the color purple, I could have stopped, just stopped and pause, right?
Or, it gets worse because sometimes it's like you end up looking for problems when there's not any.
Yeah. Like the classic overthinker. Yeah. Yeah. So, I think, this could be helpful, but again, you have to find the type that works for you.
Yes. So like here, like I got written down like stirring tea.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could totally see that. Like the sound too. It kind of goes with the sound of the rim of the bowls and the sound of the.
And it could go back to ritual, because if it's your ritual to do, like I know people who their ritual is to have their evening sleepy time tea, right? So for them, it's like stirring the tea, and it's a ritual, but it could also be meditation, winding down for the evening.
In my family, we often do hot chocolate. In the evening. So that's, like, if pay attention while we're stirring it, that could be a meditation, unintentional. Watching snowfall.
Oh, I love this. It's really calming, right? Because the earth is beautiful, and it's just boom, constant. Like, it's like, there's nothing sporadic about it. We are the sporadic ones, right? Like nature is so calm and beautiful, and it's just like, wow, I could just sit here forever and look at these. And
even like these like really big snowstorm, they still kind of feel calm.
Oh,
unless you're outside.
Yeah. You just have to be warm and bundled, and as long as you can see, it's fine.
And meditation can be in movement too.
Absolutely. Yes. So
that's one that, I learned, I think we talked about it a few episodes ago, and I learned like pretty much at that point, like I didn't realize, I always thought that for meditation you had to be still.
Yeah.
And so like, I'm a big fan of yoga.
Yeah.
I don't, often do it because I'm also a big fan of procrastinating.
You need to make it into a ritual.
I do exactly. But like, I don't know, like there's a lot of exercise you do and you feel good for having done it, but you don't really feel good. You're
in the moment.
Exhausted.
Yeah.
And like even after you're like, feel proud and you got that adrenaline rush, but you also don't feel good at the same time.
Yeah.
But after yoga, I feel so like, I feel light. I feel like stretched. I feel like I'm taller. I don't know. Like,
yeah, totally.
And I think my mind also has that difference. And that's probably like comes from that meditation aspect to yoga that I did not realize it had.
Absolutely. And when we move our body, whether it's working out, running, yoga, even just walk, or I love to dance. So sometimes I'll go out dancing with my girlfriends, and I like zone out completely with the music, and I don't even know how to dance. I've never professionally, well, it just comes to me, right? I love the movement with the music. It just works, right? So, and I think sometimes we overthink and we're like, oh, people are going to judge me.
Oh, yeah.
Or, oh, what do I look like? Or I'm not doing it right.
Actually, one of the things I like about dancing is that, yeah, when I began dancing, I feel that, but my brain clears.
Yeah.
In the process.
Because it doesn't, whatever.
And of course, after that, I might get the regret of, oh my God, did I really just let,
was that me?
Did I just let this loose on the dance floor? Like,
yeah.
But,
But in the moment,
yes.
It feels so good because I just turn my brain off, and it's just like a full meditation and movement, and it sets me right.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another movement one would be like a creative flow. And so I actually was doing this class with a friend of the family who's an artist who she's Baha'i. Mm-hmm. And so at the Baha'i Center, she was giving little workshops, and one of them was Zen tangles.
Oh.
So, and to explain that that's actually a form of meditation too. As you're doing these kind of repetitive patterns, your brain goes into that same kind of space.
Very interesting. That's awesome. I love that. Like and then you take advantage of your body moving, because that's good for you anyway. Yes, so it's like 2 birds with 1 stone.
Oh, poor
no, except, not really. Okay, we need to find a better saying for this.
Especially for this.
Yes, exactly.
It's funny.
I think this just reminds us that meditation can be anything, right? It's about you. Mm-hmm. It's about your breath, your body, the moment. Like, it's meant to be a natural thing, and you don't need expensive, I don't know, whatever. Like, if you start doing that, then you make yourself excuses like, oh, I don't have the proper tools.
Oh my God, that's so me. Or like, that's how I get excited about something though. It's like I buy all the tools for it.
But that could also work for you, right? Yeah. But if you're the other person where I'm like, I don't have it, so I'm not going to do it. No. Like, your tool is your body. Yes. Like,
but maybe that
sounds weird, but yeah, like.
Maybe that's why I've always had such a hard time getting started, because there's not a bunch of tools I can really cure.
There's nothing. It's literally just you, your mind, and you can do it anywhere. Caveat, you can do it anywhere, but somewhere where you feel safe, obviously. Right?
Yeah, you don't want to start meditating in the middle of Rito or something.
Yeah, no. Safety first. Yeah. Yeah. So it can be anywhere, it can be anything, and I think if it works for you and you figure it out and you find a meditation type that works, then that's awesome. That's what we want. That's the goal.
For sure. And it's like kind of like it opens the mind to like how many forms there are, because I don't know, like you're hearing it everywhere. I've listened to a lot of podcasts, and there's like lots of experts from all kinds of, and they don't agree on pretty much anything other than meditation. Like that feels like that's the one thing that comes up. Like they'll contradict themselves on everything else, like, mental health or how you should raise kids, but they all say meditation. So, I mean, there's got to be something there.
Something about it. And guess what? We're also saying meditation. So it's a theme here. So I think the key is trying it. And if you're not sure about it, it doesn't mean that it's bad for you or you can't do it or whatever. It just means that maybe you haven't figured out the style that works for you, right?
And you might be able to graduate to another style.
Absolutely. The more you do it.
Yeah. So like I would really like to be able to do the unguided, just because I hear such great things about it. I could not do it right now. My brain would not like stay in that space. But I bet if I practice these other ones like mindfully, because it looks like I've practiced some of these without realizing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like the meditation and movement, I think we talked about this a few episodes ago, or we just talked about, I don't know if it was on air or not.
I'm not sure, but
but as I was walking home from the store, I had my backpack, and my backpack was just like hitting against my bag, and it was going sound, and I got completely hypnotized by it, and like my brain was like almost empty.
That's amazing.
And when I got home, I kind of like, I don't know, I felt like I really noticed it somehow.
Wow.
And so I think that's probably definitely like a both unintentional and in movement, like a meditation. It fits both those categories.
Absolutely, right? Because your brain is focused on, I need to get home, but then there's that constant that you were able to focus on instead of thinking about all these other things that could come to mind, right? So it definitely is a good example.
Yeah, and when my mind's so that free, it's not always a good thing.
Likewise. I mean,
you can ask my boyfriend.
Yeah. So, and more, it just proves that sometimes shutting the brain off, like doing that intentional turn off, is really important. So, yeah. Some people need guidance and something to focus on, and that's okay.
I'm one of those.
Yeah.
We just talked about it.
Yeah. So, you know what? Actually, do you want to do a little mini?
Yes.
Let's do a mini, guided meditation here. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to take advantage. I know we talked about movement. We talked about a few things. So it's going to be guided, but it's a 3-3-3 type of meditation. Okay. So you can do this anywhere. Again, first thing first, you need to feel safe. So anywhere you feel safe and comfortable. So what we're going to do is we're going to just, again, do a quick body scan.
Do my feet need to be on the floor?
No, they don't need to. If you feel comfortable with your legs crossed, feel comfortable. I feel comfortable with my feet on the floor, so that's fine. So first, you're going to look around you and you're going to think about 3 things that you see. Okay, so looking around, I see plants, I see light, and I see fruit. And I could, if I wanted to make this meditation longer, I could even think about what kind of fruit. What does the peel feel or look like? Oh, I wonder what it will taste like. Or maybe the plant. I wonder if it got enough sun today.
I don't know why I thought you wanted to eat the plant.
I mean, you could. I could definitely eat an aloe vera, sure. Right? I wonder what it tastes like. If it's not poisonous. Safety first, right? There's so many ways to do it. And then there's 3 things you hear. Here you go.
I can hear birds for sure. Actually, they're happy right now too, so it's a nice sound. I hear the trickle of the water fountain for the cats. And the humming of the refrigerator.
Nice. Those are actually really nice sounds.
Yeah, actually. I also hear the fountain in the bird's cage.
Okay, and then the last 3 is we're going to move 3 parts of our body. Okay, so it could be anything, like right now I'm moving my mouth, I'm moving my eyes, and I'm moving my hands.
I'm moving my nose.
So the goal is we're going to take a short 45 to 60 seconds, and I want you to think about the 3 things you see, hear, and feel or move with your body. Okay, we're going to combine them all together, and then at the end of the 30 seconds, maybe we'll do a quick reflection and see where we're at. Okay, so I'm just going to set a timer here to set us straight. Go. zoned out there. How did that feel?
I really like the noise part is what really
That works for you.
Yeah, that was the part that really connected for me. The visual, I kept on forgetting to focus on my objects, and I kept on forgetting to move, but I really connected with the sound.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So the visual works really well. Oh, sorry, the auditory works really well for you.
Yeah, which is kind of cool to
That's
figure out.
very cool. Wow. Okay. See, for me, what really worked really well was the physical.
Oh, okay.
So to the point where like I noticed my neck felt kinky and I moved it and I don't know if you heard it. I hope no one heard it, but it was like 3 huge cracks. I was like, oh my God. So for me, the physical felt really nice.
I think this was really great. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to edit this because I have a lot of like little comments through there that are not needed, but I'm going to edit this audio and I'm going to have it like on the website as something people can download and do whenever they want.
I think that's a great idea. Because the goal is to do a short, gentle meditation, and this could be anywhere, anytime, right? So you're very fortunate that you have beautiful sounds with your birds, and it's very calming, right?
It is.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not like this every single time,
No,
and
it's
that's
just
fine.
that, you know, like we talked about the rescue cockatiels, and Mona, one of them, has become very attached, and so a bit of separation anxiety, and there is massive screaming when I leave the room.
Yeah, that's
So
okay.
But I mean, I'm sure it's just a stage.
Yeah, she's just getting used to it, but
But
that's
most of the
still,
time I get this.
yeah, that's still really nice. And now you figured out what works for you, and I'm curious to see how this evolves.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's such a big part of who I want to be, like someone who meditates. So
yeah,
like,
and this is a form, right?
So that was really cool because by doing all 3 at once, it really focused on what would work for you.
Yeah. And maybe what we can do is we can make more of these little audio meditations, different lengths, different styles with
different languages.
Yeah, different languages,
French,
en
English,
français, en español. We can make it work. And we already brainstormed some different types of meditations. So, hey, if you guys have some interesting types, feel free to put them in the comments as well.
And let us know if you want these audios.
Yeah. Or if they're nice for you, because, hey, that could be interesting.
Speaking of resources.
Yes.
Yeah. So, to go along with our meditation, we're going to have meditation journals that's available as a premium resource. So again, it's paper copy or PDF format. But it looks like I don't actually have the physical, but I have these little cards, which are part of the free one.
Yeah. So it looks like this. It's like a printout of...
So that's the free one, that printout right there. So that, you know, you get pretty much like very similar to what the book is, just the book's a kind of cuter format. So in the book, it's a small book, so the pages are small, so you get like 2 of these per page. And so the book starts with kind of a lot of what we talked about in this, like what meditation is, like the different... and then at the end of the book, there's going to be actual, like a 2-page spreads, of like a deeper reflection. So the way we're looking at it is that, you don't want to go in and check in with everything you're feeling every time you're meditating because you're not going to meditate that often.
And that sounds exhausting.
Yeah, exactly. But so like just a little like what type I did, the duration, how it made me feel. Like, that's easy to do because it's kind of just like a check, check, check. And, some people like to be able to meditate longer. So you're kind of tracking how long you're doing it. You can track if there's like, patterns? Like, you know, like, oh, this week, each time I meditate, I feel calm. But last week I was always feeling, you know, restless after. Yeah. So you kind of know like how it progresses. But so after a cycle, which you choose which length of your cycle is, like, you know, you can go by lunar cycles, you can go by, you know, a week, you can, you know, you decide. Mm-hmm. But after a cycle, you go to one of those 2-page spreads and you can like really reflect on how your meditation, practice evolved.
I think that's neat too, because Like I love lists. I love checking things off. So this could be for people who like that.
Yes. One of the issues I have with meditation is it doesn't feel productive. I know it technically is, but if I feel like, oh, I filled out a card in my book, then it's like, oh, I was productive. Like I did this thing. So
yeah. And maybe this is a good way, again, maybe for yourself, it's a good way to start out and get into the habit. Mm-hmm. And again, maybe in the duration portion, if I'm starting out, I may just go, yes, I did it. Yeah. Right? I may not be recording the duration. And then as I develop, maybe the duration will get longer or...
It's like, that's what matters to you. So if you're trying to make your practice longer, then you're recording the duration because that's interesting to you. Yeah.
So again, to each their own, and you can take it however or wherever.
First, there's no one grading you.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So...
And then with the resources, you can cut them into cards. If that's how you like them, you could put them in a little box or something. I think it's easier on paper, but it's cuter.
Well, and listen, you can carry that with you in your wallet or something, right?
Yeah.
Or even just like a little handheld in your purse. And that could be helpful.
And that's also helpful as far as reminder, right? You're looking for something and you find it and you're like, oh yeah, I should, do that.
Well, especially because meditation can be done anywhere.
Let's say...
Exactly. As long as you feel safe.
I'm learning.
And let's say you go to a coffee shop and you're literally waiting in line for your coffee. And normally you'd be like, this is horrible. Like I'm stressed. I'm going to get to work late. That's okay. We're going to take a moment and I'm going to just, look at 3 things that I see or do a body scan or listen. Yeah. Exactly. Or even there you could probably think about the smells.
Smell of coffee. Love it.
Yeah. At a coffee shop, I love going in. Oh. So that could be something. And then, you record it later because you have it in your purse.
Yeah. No, that's great. Great. All right. So we're going to move to our conversation part.
Yeah.
And so as always, we use a list of questions that is basically just touch points. They're not script. We're just kind of starting the conversation.
Exactly. So we, as usual, will have a few things to bring in for structure. We're going to talk about stages, somatic cues, personal practices, resources, and we won't hit them all, but we'll try our best, and we're just going to have a conversation that flows, and maybe laugh, and just have a little chat. Laugh. Exactly. Most likely laugh and be a little ridiculous. Exactly. Okay.
So I asked the questions this time.
Yeah. I was ready to go. I'm like, yes.
All right. Okay. So when you think about meditation, what does that word mean to you?
I think meditation for me means calm and returning. So sometimes I can feel overwhelmed or I put a lot of pressure on myself to be a certain way or do certain things, and meditation helps to bring me back centered and calm. And I don't do it to say, oh, I meditated because I'm super cool.
Oh, that's not the purpose?
No. Or like,
then I don't want to do it.
No.
That'd be super cool.
I do it because it feels good. Yeah. Like it literally.
And it's good for you.
Good. Yeah.
The doctors say it, the psychologists say it, the spiritual people say it, the shamans say it, like everyone, like of all fields.
Yeah. And we should listen. So for me, I may not do it every day, or maybe I do and I don't notice because I just do it unintentionally, but I've realized what works for me, and I feel like we're realizing what works for you too, which is, I actually love this so much. And I'm hoping, you guys also begin to realize what works for yourselves, and you can start to do it without it being a chore. And it can just come naturally. Yes, so for me, that's definitely what it means. Just returning naturally when I'm feeling.
And we can actually kind of bring back last week's thing. And one way to help not make it a chore, is to make it a ritual.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. So like maybe one day you just want to, you have your tea, I have my candle, and I do a little meditation.
You know, you could probably do taste too for a meditation.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, just let that chocolate melt in your mouth and just like
focus on the different notes and the flavor.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love that. Especially for foodies out there who love the different flavors. You could have like almost like a tasting board. Ooh. There's all kinds of different types of meditation out there, and this is what's neat. We're figuring it out together.
Yeah, that's fun.
Cool.
Yeah. I really love like the richness of like putting different senses together. Like it just like it's got like layers, right?
Yeah.
I love that.
And like if we go back to the chocolate, you smell it.
Yeah.
Like look at it and then actually consume it. And then when you eat, you'll get signals to your brain too. So you could also think about how it feels when you eat it, right?
Yeah, because you don't really stop to think about that.
Yeah.
Like, it's just such an automatic, well, it's the same way as breathing, right? Like,
exactly.
You know, like how
you're just eating.
We're practicing breathing because doing it mindfully helps. I'm sure that eating mindfully does too.
Absolutely. And actually, if you're eating mindfully too, especially if you want to, like, if you have a habit of overeating, it's actually really helpful because you realize when you're full.
Sure. Yeah, you're looking at your body's cues.
Exactly, right? Those cues that sometimes we're not paying attention to because we're so immersed in...
Because we love food.
Oh, exactly. Love food so much. So, yeah.
Oh, yes. Sorry. I forgot that I'm the one asking the questions. Again. How do you see meditation showing up in everyday life?
I think it goes back to the moments. For me, it's the moments when I need it every day, I will take it. So, when I'm washing dishes, we talked about that. It could be like a ritual, but it's also like a very good meditation because it's a constant thing and it actually helps me turn my mind off. Mm-hmm. When I'm walking my dog, it's great because again, I can do the full body scan and that feels really nice. But if you do little things per day and you can use those and take advantage to clear your mind or, focus on one thing, whether it's the smell, the noise, the movement, then it's easy. Yeah, no, I totally I love the idea of meditation as this like big practice, like sitting on a cushion but like that's kind of overwhelming at the same time. Yeah. It's like you love the idea of it, but it's like, oh, I gotta get pull out the cushion. I don't know, it's not that hard, but it feels like it. Well, and you need to work to it, right?
Yeah.
Versus it doesn't have to be you working towards it. It could be just like, I'm doing it where I am now, where I'm arriving now.
Yeah. Or like, for example, you did a ritual at one point and you lit a candle as part of your ritual and you still have that candle there. You can just kind of shift towards meditation, that flame would be perfect for that.
Absolutely. Like just looking at the flame and seeing how it dances.
Oh yeah, like when you're around a campfire. That's
I love that. I can just zone out right completely.
Into those flames and you see the different colors, the blues, the purples, I love that.
And then before you know it, you lose like 20 minutes and you're like, cool. Great. That felt so good.
Yeah, there's sometimes you lose that you just feel like, I just zoned out. But there's ways that you zone out.
Yeah.
That feels good. And the fire is definitely one of them. So that's interesting.
And I think it also depends because I say, did you zone out? because I associate that with a healthy way, but you could easily zone out like in a...
Yeah, like the disassociation.
Yeah.
Words are hard.
Right? Versus if I'm listening to my body, if I'm watching, if I'm letting my brain go blank and just like living now. And then when I come back, it's an intentional comeback, right? Like maybe you do like a physical movement, some breathing, a little bit of like, whoo, that felt good.
You've heard of that book, The Power of Now?
Yes.
I listened to that book.
It's a good book.
In Spanish. And it was, I really liked it.
Yeah.
It really made me think a lot about how much I live in the future.
Yeah. Because you're worried, the what if, there's a lot of stress.
Like a power in being like present in the moment, and I'm sure meditation helps with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I think that's definitely something that you could work towards doing it every day, and you do it, and then by, practice every day or every other day or every week or whatever cycle you choose, like you said, it becomes normal and natural and easy.
No, I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why the birds got angry there.
They're like, no!
We don't love that. We want to meditate every day. What kinds of meditation feels most accessible to you right now?
Yeah. I think for me, what's most accessible is what comes easiest. So it's definitely like the body scans, because I have a really good mind-body connection. So
do you think that comes from like doing sports and that?
I think so. Like being active.
Yeah, because you're also like learning a lot of hand-eye coordination, and that would be also like
mind-body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point actually, because I grew up. I've been doing sports all my life. I used to do competitive swimming, rowing, canoeing, soccer. Like, I'm blessed. But that comes really easy to me. But I will say, when we did our little meditation, listening to these sounds was very nice. Like, it felt like, it was very good.
Yeah, they cooperated well.
They did. In that moment, it was like, oh, speak to me, little birds. Tell me more. So I think that's the way it feels most accessible, but it does because it's easiest for me to clear my mind. So whatever clears my mind, it works.
Yes. So the small meditations are definitely the most accessible.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of benefits for when you start managing to do the really big practices. But the thinking about that is very overwhelming.
It can be,
Yeah. So definitely not accessible. Something to work towards, probably.
Yeah.
But as far as accessibility goes, I think these little moments, like you said, that standing in line, like that's perfect. Another way is I couldn't sleep because, all these ideas for rituals are coming into my head. I literally but at one point, because I couldn't sleep, I decided to just focus on my breath. I thought it would put me to sleep. It did not, but it did put me in a very calm state. That was probably almost as restful for my body because I was actually able to function.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in that aspect, too, that was super accessible.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you also have to listen to your body, like what it needs. Even though in that moment you needed sleep, you probably needed to calm your brain first, right? So,
but I guess my brain got just so comfortable with that meditative sleep. It was like, no, we don't need sleep.
We don't need sleep. It's fine.
This is fine. This works. Okay. So next question. Okay, sorry, I didn't understand the question for a moment. How do you help meditation stay gentle instead of becoming pressure?
Yes. So I think we talked about it a little bit, starting small. And I think that's the goal for any type of practice. If you can start small or do something that is achievable for you. So if you're already in the habit of, for example, going to the gym every day and you want to add a yoga class to your ritual or schedule, then for you, that's what's most accessible, right? For me, maybe what's most accessible is doing the physical scans, but because I am who I am, I'm going to try to do more auditory meditation now that I figured that I really like that. So, it can also be something that evolves little by little. So for me, I'm going to do an evolution to do more auditory, hopefully. But I think little by little is how I'm going to do it. So that's not overwhelming.
So like, you mentioned like the yoga after workout. I used to have a like routine that I was doing like, a certain amount of cardio, a certain amount of strength. And then it always ended with yoga and meditation. The meditation part was the one that I skipped the most often. Because it felt like, oh, well, that one doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But yoga after a workout feels amazing.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'm just so excited to realize that yoga is a form of meditation. Because it's like, that one I know.
Yeah. And it feels good for your body, right? Because after a workout, sometimes the stretch just feels nice because you're feeding your muscles what it wants, right? Your body what it wants.
So, yeah, but as far as like this question goes and it being gentle instead of becoming pressure, I think the way I had it done in that workout ritual was pressure. That's why I kept on. So, it's finding what works instead of that.
Absolutely. I think overall it just has to be yours, right? However, whatever works for you, whatever feels right in the moment.
It felt like such a fun, like not fun, but like a nice routine because I already have my yoga mat on the floor and then I sit on it. I got some like black lights and stuff. I was like trying to make it really like,
funky. Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, but you don't like, maybe
I tried too hard.
Yeah. Maybe you want to work up to that, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't need to be that either. Like maybe for some it is, but that sounds exhausting. Honestly, a little bit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have to make a big deal out of everything. Everything's a ritual.
And that's okay too, right? Just instead of adding a new ritual, build it into your existing rituals, right?
Yeah, yeah. And again, putting it at the end of a time where I've already taken like an hour of my time.
Oh yeah, you're tired.
That I've forced myself to do things that I don't really want to. It turns the meditation into part of that.
Yeah.
So that's probably not the best place I put it. So, something you live and learn.
Yeah, exactly. That's your experience and you're learning from that, right?
So, I believe this is our last question. Yes, our last question is, how does your stage of life shape the meditation you need?
Yeah, I think again, I'm in my 30s. So for me, I'm trying to see more in the stage of my life, I'm trying to see more glimmers. I want more movement, more joy, and I'm building my career. So I think for me, meditation helps me be calm and reset when things can feel overwhelming because I tend to put a lot on my plate and put a lot of pressure on myself. So I think being gentle and resetting myself with that calm meditation helps me a lot. And this is something that I've also kind of figured out because, it's not something that comes automatically. Sometimes you need to learn from almost the mistakes, even though it's not a mistake. It's something that I know I don't enjoy, that doesn't feel right. So, and I'm also thinking about like enjoying the moments that I'm living. So when I'm with others, being intentional and clear-minded and enjoying those moments and those people.
Yes, intention is so important, like grounding, I guess, too, like being like part of it. As far as like different stages of life and meditation, I feel that even though we're in very different stages, as far as our needs in these aspects, they're very similar because my kids are older. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking like someone with little kids would have very different meditation needs.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like they would have to find these small moments and they would like really need them, if I remember correctly.
I can imagine.
Yeah. But I feel like, in a way, like, because my kids are older now, like my stage of life doesn't really need anything, like it's similar in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're kind of able to focus on ourselves and what we need.
Yeah. So like for me, it's like a return to myself. Mm-hmm. So it's more like, and you know, it should be a return to myself. I don't know if I was ever really that grounded before my life became all about parenting, because it does, like, it totally consumes your life for a while.
I imagine.
And you know, it becomes almost your identity, like this is who you are, your mom.
Yeah.
But you know, and a lot of people have a hard time when the kids leave because
what now?
Yeah.
What's your purpose in life, right?
But when they're teenagers, it's a good time to start returning to yourself.
Good.
And you're giving them a good example.
Absolutely.
You're giving them a great example of, you know, how they should care for themselves and you know, be present and, you know.
Because you're doing it now, exactly. Right? So, yeah. I think if we like think about like a takeaway, how can we make sure that we use this knowledge and this intention to meditate and do better and listen to our bodies and what we need without pressure and with gentle and calm? I think that maybe that's the big takeaway that I'm going to take away today.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know, each time we do these, each time I make a workbook, each time I do, like, I get really excited about this journey. Like, I feel that I love the person I am, and it's going to just make me more me. Like, I don't know, like, it's just going to take me and kind of, like, get the layers, like, that extra, you know, like, that dirt. Like, I don't know, like...
We don't need the dirt.
No,
we're going to
exactly. Like, it's just, like, the pureness. Like,
it's going to be purely you.
Yeah, it's just, like, kind of...
More of this.
Like, what's inside. I don't know how
we want more.
It's like peeling the skin off, but not in a gross way.
It's like an onion.
Yes.
But we don't need to peel the layers. Maybe just one layer. Maybe a couple, and then we'll reach the deliciousness.
Or make you cry.
Yeah, either way it's fine. Okay, so before we close today, we'd love to take a moment and just do like a simple, almost unguided pause. And you can do this anywhere. So if you're able, just get comfortable, like sit, lie down, stand still, stand up, cross your legs. Let your eyes soften or close. So just get comfortable. And rest your gaze on one thing in front of you. And take a deep breath in. Hold if you can, and deep breath out. And we're going to do like a 30-second of quiet. Okay, we're going to take one last deep breath in. And out. Yeah, So let this be something you can return to anytime. And if you prefer something guided, we'll make little meditation like we created earlier, and we'll make it available.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a cool little practice.
No, I like the idea, and I'd like to know if people would like them in different languages and stuff, so because that could be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll do the languages we're comfortable with or switch. You do them in French and I'll do them in
that would be
Spanish.
interesting. Because I need to practice my French.
And I need to practice my Spanish.
Perfect. I think we have a plan here, guys.
All right. So next week we'll continue with our theme. And it's going to be mindfulness in small moments. So we're going to have a gentle exploration of how presence can weave itself into the fabrics of our day. Very poetic.
Yay. And yeah, we're going to share more ways on how to use some of the meditation journal that V created. So like the little card, to support your practice, and, with the anchor for the month being meditation as a daily practice, which is, I love. It's my favorite. So.
Oh, I'm excited about this. Yeah. I've heard so many good things about meditation, and I am going to be part of it.
Yay!
All right, thanks. Thank you for joining us.
Bye!